We talked about, if you recall last time, we talked about the customer definition worksheet for you to know who is your ideal customer really, where do they live, what problem are they trying to solve? Because these are the necessary questions you need to have if you really want to do proper marketing. Because I've seen that you can't sell to everybody the same way. You're not going to sell to somebody in Lagos the same way as somebody in Benin. So also you're not going to sell to a banker the same way you want to sell to somebody maybe is into the fashion business or thereabouts. So, and that's the mistake a lot of SMEs make. We talked on that the last time, and we treated the worksheet really, the kind of things you need to talk about, the kind of things data you need to have. We know they say data is the new oil, and they talk about the average Nigerian not liking or not wanting to write. And for an SME, you really have to write, It's not just enough for you to say, I'm doing this business without studying the market, without having the right data that can help you move your business forward. So the customer definition worksheet is very key. We also talked about the ideal customer template. Maybe I can quickly share that really just as a recap so that you can all see that before we get into today's. Okay, so I'm sharing that now. So this is the ideal customer template, where we talked about having their name, the age range, gender, their marital status, everything that you need to have with regards to this, the basic customer profile that you need. Then the business or lifestyle context. So these are the documents you need to have. And we've sent to some people that attended last meeting. So if you've not gotten it, you can reach out to us. We can send to you. And if you have any challenge with regards to this, we can also do the hand holding, because our intention is for every business to succeed and for SMEs to grow, to become conglomerates, basically. So, and you have to know the goals and desire of people, of your customers. Then buying behavior, which is very important. So what makes them hesitate before buying? Some is price, some is trust, some is fear of being scammed, some is poor explanations. People don't really explain. For instance, you go to a place and say, I want to buy, so okay, if you want to buy, if you want to buy, go. And somebody is asking you a question to be able to understand why he or she needs to buy this product or the utility of that product, and you don't explain properly. That will also affect their buying decision. Then the issue of what makes them trust a business, we talked about having testimonials. So if you have testimonials, people look at that and say, okay, you have a lot of people, 2 or 3 people that have bought from you, their experience, that is very key. Their referrals is very key, because you spend a lot of money advertising, but they have very poor service. So, but if you do well and people refer you, that's the best you can always have. You don't need to convince anyone. So I buy from you, I enjoy my product, and I like the way you served me, then I refer you to others. That's very, very necessary. So consistency in terms of content production. So you don't do today and you go away for a long time and nobody sees you again. Then the clear pricing. Then it has to also be branded, The same way that people sell water and they're selling water, it's as if they're selling gold. That's the way you have to brand your product. Then how they usually buy. Is your WhatsApp chat, is Instagram, website is not really growing in Nigeria yet. It's growing, but it's not the main thing. So it has to be WhatsApp. And if they're reaching you on WhatsApp, how quick do you respond? So you have to know there are common objections. Your price is too high. Let me think about it. If your price is too high, can you explain to them and say, this thing you are buying? Somebody will tell you, okay, I can buy this meat in the market, open market, for 5,000 per kg. So why am I buying it in your shop for 7,000? So the difference is clear. Your environment, the kind of product you have, the certifications you have, those are the kind of things you have to talk about. So that's why we buy the same thing. You buy bread here 1,000, you buy bread here 2,000. But you are buying it in the other place, not because it's so expensive, but because of the way it has been packaged, the production process, the standards that they have, which is different from the one you see on the street. So these are the things you should talk about. So you don't just go and say, oh, I want to reduce my price, I want to do this or that. Because I will tell you the truth, the cheapest, people that sell the cheapest do not sell the most, really. Because if you sell very cheap and people look at it and say, okay, they don't even trust it. If it's too high or it's too expensive, but if it's too cheap, it's difficult for people to also trust. So the language and communication style, like we said, if you're going to sell to a Gen Z, you know how to reach them. Their language, the communication style is different. If you're going to sell to a banker or someone in the corporate sector, is also very different. You understand? So these are the things. What are the slangs really that you need to sell? So these are the things you have to bear in mind. Really, you have to really know the psychology of the buyer. So don't just say, I'm selling, no, or start pointing to spiritual problems. So they are doing me for my village. Nobody is you. Work on yourself, work on your business. That is very, very necessary at this stage. Okay. So where to reach your customers. So basically, all these are the templates that you have to fill. When you fill this with your staff, you're able to understand what it is and how you need to sell better. So you're able to clear that problem that you have. Oh, I'm not selling. I've done this. I've done a lot of stuff. I'm advanced on social media and it's not converting. This might just be the reason. So you need to get your customer data and meet them where they are. So that's a quick recap of what we did the last time. So today, I'm going to quickly move into our. Let me share today's one. Just a moment, please. Okay. So we're going further today to say, oh, how Nigerians think, how they decide and they buy. You know. So what I want you to do is that if you're on this call, reach out to us so I can send you this. And let's have an interaction. Let's even come to your business and help us. Okay, these are the things we can do for this business because one business is to succeed. You know, don't be a forgetful hearer. You know how the Bible says, oh, you come for a program after the message has been, you are so, should I say, enthusiastic when you're receiving the word, and thereafter you become forgetful of what it is. Time is going, this is already June. In a few weeks, we'll get into the second half of the year, and this is the time for you to take stock. So if the business is your main business or is a side hustle, you just have to take stock. Because the way Nigeria is, according to someone, they say, oh, whether you are spending your money wisely or foolishly, the money will finish. So that's why you need to increase your sources of income, and your business really has to grow. Your business has to make money. It really has to make money. Because most people, you see that they say, oh, I'm angry, I'm this, something is happening to me, I'm not feeling well. It's just about money. And to solve that problem for your business has to make money, and your business, you have to sell. So today we're going to deal with how Nigerian buyers discover businesses, then where the resale happens, then the post-purchase behavior, then before we close. So, like we said here, if you try to sell to everybody, nobody will hear you. You want to sell to senior citizens, you want to sell to the Gen Zs, you want to sell everything to everybody, nobody's going to hear you. So you have to be mindful of that clearly. Okay, 1 minute, please. Let me stop sharing. Okay. So understanding the way Nigerians think, how they make choices and buy is one of the greatest opportunities a businessman could ask for. So you must understand it. So it's not the way, that's why they talk about, okay, we look at economics books and books that talk about sales, or you are reading from maybe those are written by Americans or British writers. And sometimes those things do not really work here the way it should. So you really have to understand how Nigerians buy and the kind of things, how they decide to buy. So many SMEs, they are failing because their products or services are lacking in quality, not because it's lacking in quality, but because they conduct their marketing and sales from a perspective that does not completely align with the customer. So the Nigerian customer is relationship driven, trust driven, and very dynamic. So when I say relationship driven, that's why I talked about referrals and all the rest. So people tend to buy from those they know and those they trust. So have they seen you online? Have you been consistent? Do they have testimonials and other things that they can refer to? That is what Nigerians, because clearly we have a lot of trust deficit in Nigeria. That's the truth. How someone says, okay, you lock your car, you come down, you are still testing it if the car is locked. You even put off, you lock your door, you are trying it again. We have a lot of trust deficit. Someone tells you anything, the first thing you do in Nigeria, the average Nigerian will do, maybe not lie, maybe not true. No, we don't believe easily. So let alone you are selling something online. You have a digital way, I'm selling bread, I'm selling gold, I'm selling clothes. They have clothes that I've not seen, I've not even felt it. It's difficult for people to commit. So that is what you have to bear in mind, that trust issues, relationship driven, and we're very dynamic people. So, and we're very risk conscious. So that's also what you have to know, that the average consumer is risk conscious, and they want a purchasing experience that is easy to understand. So here we have the Nigerian buyer behavior map, which is a guide developed to enable businesses to transition from guesswork to effective strategies. Not guesswork. Maybe if I do like this, maybe if I dance. That's why you see people go online, they start dancing. Some people have danced and danced and danced, nothing has happened. Some say they've done BBL to be able to sell. It has not really happened. So instead of people buying your product, they are buying something else from you. So that's what you have to understand. So the behavior map is a tool for understanding buying motives and objections, trust indicators and actual buying point for SMEs. So through this map, SMEs will be able to, they're empowered to create effective marketing strategies. So this is for you and your team. With this map, you can create effective marketing strategies, customer engagement strategies, and design better systems to boost conversations and reduce doubts. So overall, the aim of this map is to enable businesses to sell with confidence and meet buyers at the actual points, because it's very necessary that you meet people at the actual point. So how do Nigerian buyers discover businesses? How do they discover? Digital visibility is key. Then plus word of mouth. So either they see you online, they see you on platforms, then word of mouth. That's how they discover businesses, really. So sometimes, let's even talk about the physical locations. Okay, someone is passing and sees a signpost or thereabouts and comes to you. Or except you're in the market, Lagos Island is the motor where people have to come to, and maybe they see you there. But I can bet you that digital visibility and word of mouth, that is the key factor in this year. And that's the only way you can really leverage on what you have, because you're not going to wait for people to come and notice your physical store alone. People have to know where you are, and you're able to supply people that are even far away. You can be in Lagos and you're selling to people in Kaduna, people in Abuja, people overseas. That should be key for you. So Nigerian buyers, as we said, they identify businesses with the help of digital visibility and personal trust network. So Instagram, TikTok, those are the entry points for first point of call for people. They have other platforms like marketplaces like Gigi and all the rest. People also go there, and that's how they do it. So credibility is what usually matters in such discoveries in the context of Nigeria, rather than sheer exposure at first glance. Because the truth is this: if I go online and I see someone selling an iPhone and I want to pay for a phone above 2 million and I don't know the person, I've not seen any referral, testimonial, nobody has told me about the person, and it's not a company that, okay, let's say it's a company that is globally recognized, it will be difficult for me to part with 2 million just like that. So that's where trust comes into it. So because buyers always be interested in discovering whether an entity actually operates as expected by digging to see whether the entity is reputable through such characteristics as maybe they look at your branding, they look at your, like I talked about, your testimonials, customer testimonials, then proper contact details. It's very wrong for me to come online and want to buy from you. I can only see an email. There's no physical address. Even if I don't intend to come to your physical location, there should be an address, because that gives a semblance it's okay. These guys are not going to run away with my money. It takes a lot for somebody to buy from you and they can't even see any proper contact details. It takes a lot. So that would maybe, based on referral and word of mouth, that's easier that way. So these are the things you have to look at as someone that is selling. So even if it's your house address or something, it's better you have something like that, because for a first-time buyer, that is what they're going to look out for. So digital visibility, are you visible digitally? So if they're going to use word of mouth, we'll come to you. So I'll give you a scenario. There's one mechanic that used to work for me some time ago. The guy will tell you he's going to do this and that. You find out that you take your car, the same problem will still be there, but you've paid him. This thing continued. So I discovered that many other people experience the same. So now, whenever you are passing that area, I see him there. He's always sleeping, because through word of mouth, people have said, this guy is not good, do not try him. So nobody goes there again. His business for me really has folded up, because when he started this thing, he thought, okay, maybe this one will not know, that one will not know. So everybody just found out that this guy is just a scam, and nobody goes there again. So that's what word of mouth can do. So also when it comes to food, there are some restaurants without publicity, they're not even online. People go very far to go and buy from them. And you see a lot of people there, as it's just word of mouth. I know those days in Lagos, they will tell you, oh, Ghana high. You just go there. When I go there, I said, what's the hype about? But because of that word of mouth, I decided to try it out. So it's very good that you do good business so that people can spread the gospel through word of mouth. That is always the most important for me. Then, 60% of buying decisions happen online, basically, presently. And maybe in the 80s and the 90s, it was offline. But now it's online because people want convenience. In this era of very expensive fuel and all the rest, look at in a place like Lagos, maybe you have flood in many places. Who wants to go? Nobody even has the time. So the decisions happen online. So, and the primary discovery channels, as we all know, Instagram and TikTok, that's visual proof. With that, they see your video, they see your picture, they see you, the person behind the business. and they see your store, they see your products. Then your WhatsApp status. So I see a lot of people on their status is very busy. They're advertising their goods. Yeah, that is key. Because the question now is that if you're ashamed to talk about your hustle or your business that you do, then you're going to get into a lot of trouble. Nobody's going to feed you when you're hungry. And I keep saying the present day in Nigeria is for people to strive. You have to do everything you can to ensure that you go above and beyond. So your WhatsApp status, referrals, Facebook groups, the Facebook marketplace, then physical recommendations like we talked about. So what does this mean for SMEs? If you're not visible online, you don't exist really. If I see somebody and I go online and I check you and I don't see any trace, it's difficult for me to do business with you. Then, or even now, for instance, now, you meet someone for a service and the person tells you, I check your name, and there's no digital footprint. And I'm afraid, how am I going to do business with this person? There's no trace. You can't even say, okay, let me look up who he or she is. So if people meet individuals and I meet someone who's right, the person tells me that I check them online, let alone a business. As you are leaving, people are checking you online because people want to know, okay, before I patronize this business, let me confirm. So people trust people, not ads, really. So that's why you have to be there. They have to see you. They have to see your testimonials and everything. And that is what people are going to trust. So also, let's talk about the first impression filter. You know, there's a saying that says there's no second chance to create a first impression. So for instance, let's even say normal in the society, a guy is just asking a lady out. And the first day, you are just tattered and everything. And you say, oh, don't worry, that's not how I look. You start explaining yourself. But it will not work. It will take a lot for somebody to give you a second chance like that. So that's why, or you go for an interview, you come to the interview, you just come, you look shabby and all the rest, and you're telling them, don't worry, it's not my appearance, it's what is in my brain. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about that. So, because people have to meet you first before they find out what is in your brain. So also when somebody, a guy or a girl meeting each other, you have to look at the person first before you find out, oh, these are the person, this is a character. Character is not written on the forehead. It's the first impression that matters a lot. So what do Nigerians look for immediately? You have to find out, like I said, is this business real? Have people bought from them before? Can I trust this person with my money? So the trust signals, let's say your social media page. Is there a clear profile picture? Is there a logo? Is the business name consistent? So I'm not going to have John Nigeria Limited, John Enterprises Nigeria, this one, that one, then, because a lot of people run on business. So they come up with different names. Sometimes they forget the name they put before. They put another name here. If it's not consistent, for me, it's a red flag. I won't even deal. Then, the customer review, contact details, and all of them. Then also the red flags that they have. If you say DM for price only, why don't people put their price? Put your price, let somebody see. Me, I don't even have time to go and start asking someone for their price later. Let me see your price. Why am I going to DM you for price? So are you giving different prices to different people? So there's no face to the business. There's no proof. There's no clarity. It's difficult. Those are red flags. Then unclear delivery or location. Someone tells you, hey, we're in Lagos, just like Lagos. There's no address, there's nothing. Then in terms of delivery, you're not telling them, letting them know how soon you are going to deliver. You say, just pay first. That will take you a lot too. As my people will say, maybe you put something for mouth. That's how they're going to respond to that kind of situation. I think we've talked about the same thing. The issue of what motivates people, trust, that's clear that you're not going to scam them, the value, the clear benefits versus the price. So in your marketing, let people know, don't just say I'm selling phone is 2 million. What is the value of this phone? Just talk about it. You think everybody knows, oh, iPhone does this or that. No. What is the value? So this is what I used to tell bankers. Bankers will come to you and say, come and open an account with me. There's no value. It's the same thing that bank A is doing, that bank B is doing. So in most cases, they just say, please open, so they won't sack me. That's the only thing. But in terms of communication, communicate value. So in some instances, not every time you're going to post your product. Talk about the value. Okay, I sell this. This is the value of this. I sell shoes. Our shoes are very durable. They're not like the regular shoes you're going to buy. When you buy them, they will last you. They will do this, they will do that. Or I sell books. I sell this equipment. Let people know that value. When the value is clear, then they come to you. They can argue about the price, but when the value is clear to them, the buying decision is easier that way. Then, Some people talk about urgency. That's why you see people say limited stock. So someone has a warehouse full of goods, you just come limited stock. Oh. When you put it like that, it's also urgent for people. It's like when they say this thing is closing on Friday. Check it out. If they say it's closing on Friday, by Thursday, you see the rush to Friday. Then they now extend it again. People will now slow down. A day to the deadline again, they come. So that's how Nigerians operate. We don't plan ahead. So you have to create an emergency for whatever it is you are doing. So if you have a package or a promo, don't say it's open-ended. It is limited in time. So that is when people will now come. So you can plan. Because if you leave it open-ended, you don't even know whether they're interested or not. Then convenience has to be key. So it is easy to book, fast response, or whatever service you are going to render to them is a convenience service. Okay, you're going to buy this from us. And when you are buying this, you are buying convenience. That's also very key. Then the status of it. People like social validation and approval. Oh, this thing is used by, that's how you see some people, they say, oh, so bought from us. Maybe you're looking at all these guys from outside the country. Oh, Jennifer Lopez uses this one uses this, Those things influence people's buying decisions. Forget it. That is marketing for you. So all these things are key. So next time you want to do anything, marketing, you want to sell the product, just have all this at the back of your mind. Don't just say, I've posted it to God, do the rest. That's why I see a lot of people who spend time in church. They are praying and nothing is happening because they are not putting in the work. Well, the common buyer objections are what they really mean. If somebody tells you that the price is too high, that means they don't see any value in it. Because, for instance, if you're buying a Rolls Royce, someone that goes to buy a Rolls Royce will not argue about the price. But if you're going to buy one shoe and someone tells you 100,000, you say, wait, what happen? This will not be 20K for Balogun. So that one person is telling that they have not seen enough value in it. So what do? It's for you to ensure that you value your goods. So don't just sell and say, oh, it's 20,000. Talk about the value to the customer. Make it necessary. Make it very urgent. The same way the church will tell you, talk about the value. The same way you have to value yourself is the way you have to value your business. Place a premium on what you are selling. Someone tells you, let me think about it. You say that they don't trust this one yet. But in some cases, maybe it's beyond them, or maybe they are still scouting, really. Some people can be doing window shopping and tell you that, really. So I'll get back to you. Person needs more proof. That is it clearly. In most instances, not in all cases clearly, but in most instances. Then when they start asking if it's original, then you know that they're afraid of being scammed. You talk about, okay, the other day, there's a place I buy stuff from. And in that shopping complex, they came to arrest a guy that sells clothes. And they said he sold a bag to somebody in Abuja. Somebody saw it online. And he sold it for 2 million. And the person thought it was original. And when the guy got it, he found out that it's the same fake that they said 20, 30,000 in the market. So my question is that the guy selling, does he even know the original one? The guy selling might have even bought it thinking it was original. But because I doubt that somebody will go and buy it back from the street and sell it for the price of the real one. It's like buying a Louis Vuitton and selling it, buying the one on the street and selling it for the price of the real one. So when they ask if it's original, people they're afraid of being scammed. So the work is then yours to convince them. Then when someone says, I've seen it cheaper, so that's left for you now to convince them that your own is better. Like I said earlier, someone says, I bought this meat in the market 5,000. Why am I buying it at a ban of the certification? Because they certify people that sell meat, for instance, is different. So when you're buying from a banner, they will tell you are buying something that you know is good, something that is healthy, something that is not contaminated. So that is now for you to explain to them. So because somebody cannot buy something no joy like that and come to VI to expect to see it for the same price. So that is clear. The buyers they don't even understand that, they don't care. They don't care. So it is now for you to explain and tell them why your own is better. So that's why you have to know your goods, you have to know your selling point, you have to understand your business. And people that are working for you should also understand the business. Not that they'll say, oh, my madam put them more. Sometimes you're not there. And the person selling will just say, and I saw my madam do them, I saw my guy do them, I don't even know for them more. So as we're telling you this, you have to train your staff, because it's not just you have to train those that work with you to know what to do when you're not there. So the decision-making process, the Nigerian style, the step one is to see the product or service. Step two, we don't make up our mind easily. Even when you need something, you pass by. You are even hungry, so if you see food, you say, no, not here. Can I manage till I get home? So you see the product or service, the second step is maybe you don't trust it yet. Sometimes you now look for testimonials or reviews. You go to someone's page, you want to look for testimonials and reviews because sometimes it sounds too good to be true. Then you start asking questions, and that's where the problem comes in. They send you a chat, you don't respond. That's also a problem. So sometimes people will say, oh, the price is there. Why is he asking me? That's Nigeria for you. Like Nigerian will say, are you sitting down? They can see you sitting. So you can't take offense. It's cultural. So even if the price is there, whatever is there, the answers are visible, still have the patience to answer. Then some people delay. I'll get back to you. So a lot of people, like people of our parents, their generation will tell you the opportunities they lost. Even now, people will see maybe a land they need to buy. They don't buy, the delay. People see they need to buy, the delay. That's Nigeria for you with delay. So how do you ensure that you're able to get them not to delay? So that's why I say you have to push the value of what you are selling. That will really help people to speed up the decision process. Because really, the step 6 is that people buy after reassurance, or you remind them. Some things people need, they know they need it. You still have to push them to buy. So it's not enough to say, oh, people need it, they know they need it. No, I need it, but you have to push me to buy. I need food, but I know I don't have food. I will get to them and say, hey, I pass this up, all these places, I didn't buy you. So that's how we make our decision. So in selling and in buying, you have to know that this is Nigeria. We have our own idiosyncrasies. So that's the Nigerian style. So you have to be patient and you have to understand. So the key insight here is that silence is not rejection. It is just hesitation. And we hesitate a lot as a people. So when you understand that, you'll be more patient with the consumers and your customers. So when the resale happens, we've talked about before, Instagram and TikTok, because they can see you, see you. If they can see your video or picture there, and you're just writing, then that's a red flag. Then WhatsApp is where a lot of closing happens, because even when people have Instagram and TikTok, they put their WhatsApp number for people to close, and people even prefer that. And people prefer that. So they can have a personal touch when closing. We've talked about reinforcement. We've talked about loyalty and referral. So social media brings attention, but WhatsApp converts that attention to money. So don't really abandon your WhatsApp. So have a WhatsApp for your business. I don't even like people having the one that is a personal number. Just have this WhatsApp for your business. Your logo is there. They go there, they see everything. They know that they can communicate with someone there. People want to communicate with somebody. That's why people don't buy online on websites. They want to communicate. You even put some numbers and say WhatsApp only. People want to call. They want to hear a voice. So that's the trust element in Nigeria. So trust building elements that work in Nigeria. So I impart trust assets, screenshot of chats. So that's why I see some people say, oh, this is my customer. Just chatted, oh, a chat from a customer. Oh, your product is so lovely. You are the best. People post it on their handle so that you can see. Then video testimonials, that is very key. Then before and after visuals. Oh, this is before, this is after. So you see, maybe for instance, they're selling something, transformation. Maybe let's even say makeup artist. You see the face of someone before, then you see the face after. Imagine seeing my face now, then you see after. Who is even finer than me? Maybe let's say there's a Washington, you see after. You now know that, yes, this guy can really do the work. You know the things we see online, whether they are real, I don't even know. You see somebody looking somehow, then they do proper makeup and it's this way. So that's just an example. Then face to camera explanation. So you're explaining to them, they are seeing you, they know your name, they know that yes, if you scam them, they have a name they can report to EFCC. That's key. Then proof of delivery, showing that yes, you deliver consistently. Then consistent posting. Because if they come to a page, you posted last 4 months and you post again now, they're going to fear. Everybody will really be scared. It's like saying this shop opens once in a month. So you go and buy that day. You don't see them again in 3 months. Really, you can't buy from that place because you can't even trust them. So low impact trust assets, fancy grammar. The truth is this. It's only when you come to a place that you think fancy grammar works. For buying decisions, pidgin, dancing, Yoruba, whatever language, they want to see real people, not packaging. All those packaging is for something else. You package and package, you will die of hunger. So that's the clear thing. Just have that at the back of your mind. In Nigeria, say, oh, I'm selling rice. When you eat rice, They'll just be entertained. You see likes. Nobody's calling you. But by the time you say if you want buy am, check it out. So that's why you see, even in Nigeria, in Lagos today, the stations, radio stations that have the highest audience are those ones that local language like Wazobia. I can tell you in Lagos is Wazobia FM. So that tells you that people want people that are real because now I want to spend money. Can I trust you? Are you real? Your package come on are true. That's what they want to see. So long captions, nobody wants to read. Nigerians don't even care about long. They don't even want to read, let alone seeing long captions. Go straight to the point. Then overly polished ads, no, don't do that. Or corporate buzzwords, no. So overpackaging will be a problem for you. They won't even trust you because they know you are packaging. We are all real. We know that all of us behind the scene, when you're in your house, if you're eating meat or chicken, you will crack the bone. That's why people go to restaurants, they buy meat or chicken and say, let me take it home for takeaway, take out, especially ladies. So that's being real. So you have to show and say, I'm a real person. These are the testimonials. This is this. Don't come and start packaging people. Nobody wants to do that. Then buyer emotions, you have to look at the emotions during the journey. Like we said at the beginning, discovery, that's curiosity. Well, what are you selling here? That's the first instance. Then the engagement shows that, oh, they have an interest in it. Then when they start asking different questions, you know they're just being cautious. Then consistent follow-up. When people are doubting, they start asking you, can these? So they call back again. Are you sure when it's like this, when it's like that? So you have to be very patient. Because when you sell very well to that customer, we talked about word of mouth. That's the guy that is going to go and spread your stuff all around. So you have to be very, very patient. Then at the level of purchases that they are relieved, they know that yes, I can go ahead with this person. So even if it's a service you are rendering, ask yourself for service-based industries, you send proposals. So that means that you send proposals, well packaged and polished. You think, okay, they must take me. No, it's the same process. Whether you're selling products or services, it's the same thing. So you see that before they engage you, your services, they will ask you a lot of questions. They call you, they send mails just to clarify. So at that level of follow-up, they just want you to clear their doubts. Then by the time they're purchasing from you or they're giving you the job, know that they're already relieved, they're okay. And they believe, yes, this guy can do the job. So that's why you see that for those that are in the service industry, period between proposal and you getting the job, sometimes it's 1 year. Sometimes it's 1 year. So just look at it. So if for somebody selling product, I think, okay, that's wait and get. It's not always wait and get. It's not always wait and get. So then the post-purchase is that time they will express, oh, I love your good, or I love what you gave me, or they express their regrets. So that's when you will know. Say useless persons, wait till you sell. With that one, you've lost that customer, and then that person is going to bring. But if the person is satisfied, you know that yes, you have somebody that is going to spread the gospel. So your job is to reduce fear and increase confidence at every stage. That's your job. Don't just say, what is it? Don't you trust somebody? Even you, the seller, the people you are buying from your own vendors, do you trust them like that? Do you send money? If you are buying from China, you say, hello, is that China? Chim, I'm sending money. Would you send like that? No, you wouldn't. You will clarify, you will check, you will research, you will go online. So just put yourself in the buyer's shoes because all of us are buying at one stage or the other. You can't just be, I said all true. Don't you buy? You buy also. And you go through all these stages also. Then, what makes Nigerians buy faster? Clear pricing up front. I see the price, I come online, I just see it. No story. Just like asking, is it a house? Is it this? I see it. Then, there's a booking process that is easy. Then when I chat with you, fast reply, under 10 minutes, you are responding. Not, I send a DM in the morning before you respond 2 days time. Then there's a friendly tone, not a robotic tone. Friendly tone. Not when somebody calls you and maybe the thing is not clear. Say hello. No, we have these about things that we just carry into everything that we do. When you are selling, that's your character in your house, keep it there. That's your like this, I don't take nonsense, keep it there. You are not going to be selling and say I don't take nonsense. If you don't take nonsense, then you have no business in the marketplace. So friendly tone. Then follow-up messages that add value. After somebody buys from you, follow up, add value. So sometimes get their details. Oh, birthdays and all that things, you can remember all that. I can bet you will never lose that customer. Then the post-purchase behavior. Nigerians won't react. Oh, don't worry. That will, of course, say, this chair when I buy soup, you sure? Or guy, you sure? reassure them. Updates. When you have new stock, just be updating them. Uh, then they like to share their experiences, whether good or bad. That's what they do. Then they become repeat buyers if they are treated well. They become repeat buyers. That's the truth. So smart SMEs will always ask for reviews. You ask them, did you enjoy the service? Ask them. Don't just say, I've done something, they go make carry a while ago. In most cases, why SMEs do that is that you know that maybe what you sold is not even good. So that's why you don't. So follow up for reviews, follow up after the review, then on promoters, and you see your business take off. That's the truth. The biggest jobs you will get for service-based industries is referral. It's not because of your proposal or whatever. So that's why you see that you might have a very solid proposal, well printed. Somebody writes you buy and they give that person because they know that person. It's not about those presentations. It's the same thing with people applying for a job. It's easier to recruit people when they say, oh, this guy is good. It's easier. But companies go on Jobberman, go on all these places. Everybody is writing, I can work well under pressure. I can do this, I can do that. You put the person in your work. Within one day, you see all the things that he or she wrote. They are all lies. So even in recruiting, people prefer to recruit from people, oh, please, you have somebody you know. Because they know that that is the best way. Every other thing, you can package it yourself. And the person will know. After the person will know that you're packaging after he or she has already paid. And that time, we will start expressing regrets. So turn your buyers into promoters. Treat them well. Whether you're selling a product or is a service, treat them well so that they can refer you to others. So we've talked about everything. Trust is key. We've talked about it. We've talked about you being very visible, visibility and word of mouth. And that visibility, digital visibility. Don't just say a good product will sell itself. Not now. If you like, be on Lekki Expressway, be on Lagos Ibadan, be on Port Harcourt International Airport Road, and you're not visible. People are just driving by, they will not stop. You have to be visible digitally. You have to be. It's when you are now very visible, people know your word of mouth has spread, that people start rushing from all corners. But it starts from somewhere. Everybody's more or less online. Even when you're in the house, you're online. Couples now, I think they spend more time online than they spend with each other. Everybody's online. You are there in the room, everybody's on their phones. So that is where you have to reach them. People are on their phones, and you have to reach them on their phones. That's clear. So businesses that communicate clearly, that show proof and respond promptly are far more likely to be remembered and contacted. In today's Nigerian market, discovery is less about shouting the loudest and more about being present, being credible, and being easy to engage. You have to be very easy to engage. So that's the key factor, and that's what I think we should take out from this, because your business has to feel relatable. So that's why big grammar will not work. Common is big grammar, fancy grammar. Nobody wants this one. No, I can't make this one. Imagine going to a place, the person just saying, oh, when you arrive at my place, if you get there, you just say English, I won't go to speak for them. This one will not understand what I want. But by the time you break it down, like the way I'm talking now, any which way, when you come, we'll answer you. There has to be a mix of that because we're in Nigeria. We're not in the US. Sell like a Nigerian. Think like a Nigerian when selling. Also, put yourself in the shoe of the buyer. Know that you've also bought from somewhere. So what are the things you looked out for? So that's how you have to treat your buyers. And with this, I think we've come to the end of today's session. If you have any question, I think you can ask. But what I will also keep saying is that if you need to reach us, just reach out to us with whatever challenge you are facing in your own sector. Whatever area, service-based business, selling goods and your products, whatever it is, then we can hold you, we can work with you to grow your business, because to grow your business is an emergency now. You don't even have the time. Every day, according to somebody, what I saw yesterday online, you spend the money wisely or foolishly, it will finish. So to ensure that your money does not finish, do your business, increase your sales. Because without sales, your business is not existing. It's not existing. Thank you very much. So if there are questions, you can put them in the chat room. We'll respond. Then for those that didn't register for this, you can also send us your email. So we can also send you, we can send you these and other materials to guide you. So even if you're working in a place now and you're doing your business by the side, these are the things you have to bear in mind. And you have to really give time to it. Whatever you don't give time to does not grow. That's the truth. You have to give time to it. You have to be very intentional. It's like saying I have a land and you're not clearing the land. Weed will grow on it. So be very intentional this year because nobody's coming to save you. You just have to save yourself. I tell people every time, nobody's coming to save you. Your brother, your sister, everybody, they all have their different challenges. So you have to save yourself. You have to make your money and you have to increase your sources of income because what 1 million could do before, you can't do it anymore. 1 million of before is like 100,000 of now. So that's why we're doing this, to ensure that people have the right structure. So you take your business away from I'm just hustling. Hustling is that scattergun approach. But this is for you to be intentional, to have structure. These are I market, these are I sell. And selling is key. Every business is about selling. Any other thing you are doing is secondary. The primary objective is to sell. So, and in selling, you have to be intentional. You have to apply these principles to be able to sell in the marketplace of today. Yes, and we'll reach out to you. So it's been Vonto business webinar. And the clear thing is that our target is to ensure that stop saying you're hustling. Having a structured business is key now because the hustlers are being chased out of the market. The hustler is not structured, the hustler is not intentional. Thank you for joining today. So till next time, I expect to hear your success stories. I expect to see your testimonials. I expect to see you grow. And that's why we're here. And certainly you are all going to grow if you apply these principles. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the week.
Thank you, Mr. Nduka. Thank you so much. That was very inspirational. Thank you very much.